Hey guys, I'm Emma and welcome back to my channel. Today in this video, I just want to talk a little bit about anxiety and a few little tips or kind of strategies you can use if you're maybe having an episode of anxiety and want to try and break off from it and step out of it. And you know, anxiety is something for me that I definitely struggle with a lot, and I'm not able to always do these things that I'm going to be sharing. So it's just, you know, if you're able to try them, I think they can be really helpful. So I'm just going to talk about a few little things and let's get into it. So music is the first thing I want to bring up. I think music is incredibly powerful because, at least for me, music and certain songs are kind of literally able to take me into a different state of mind from maybe a different memory, a different time. They can really kind of shift my mindsets and my states of mind. So I think we all kind of, have a couple of songs that are kind of our happy songs, or songs that just make us feel so calm, you know, just those good songs that always make us feel good and happy. And I think something that could be really helpful is if you're having this, you know, state of anxiety and you want to try and just get out of it quickly, I think putting headphones in and listening to that one song that always makes you feel good can be a really good thing to do. Just putting the headphones in, having it loud, really listening, focusing on it and focusing on what you love so much about it. I think that can be a really great way to kind of try and shift your mindset a little bit. For me, my song I'd say would have to be Like Real People Do by Hozier. That song just, I mean, I don't know, it makes me feel so much love and so much, it's just a song to me that makes me feel like warm everywhere. So you just kind of want to pick your song that you know always makes you feel good. And I think most of us have one of those songs. I think generally a lot of people, when they turn to music, when they're feeling anxious or sad or going through kind of a little episode, we tend to listen to the kind of sad songs and the songs that evoke more of that emotion out of us. And I don't think this is always a bad thing. I think if you do feel and recognize that you need to get this emotion out right now, go for it. Get that emotion out, listen to those songs, and maybe transition then into those really feel-good songs afterwards. So you have somewhere to go from there and that release and kind of getting into that good and warm mind space. So I think music is a really powerful thing, and I think it can really shift our emotions, and so use it, you know, try and allow it to shift you. The second thing I wanted to bring up is writing. Obviously we hear and we know, you know, writing can be really great for anxiety. If you're really just feeling really overwhelmed, having a lot of anxiety, it can be really helpful to literally just stream of consciousness, write out anything you're feeling. Could be bullet points, doesn't need to be good at all, just write it all out. That alone can be really helpful because you're at least giving that anxiety a voice and somewhere to go, rather than just letting it keep kind of going in your head without any type of release. So that alone with writing can be a really great thing to do. The other thing with writing that can be helpful is to just make a list of a few things that you know you're happy with in your life and feel good about. It's really easy when feeling anxiety to just be constantly spinning and only thinking about the bad, what you're scared of, all of those things, when, you know, it could be helpful to just take a second, write down a few things that you're actually happy with. It could be anything as little as, I'm happy with this shirt that I have. I'm happy with my room that I live in. You know, any little things that you can be grateful for and know that you like in your life. or a few things that you are looking forward to. You know, trying to write down a few kind of positive things that you like in your life can be very helpful. Another little exercise that you can do either on paper or in your head is, I call it the then what scenario challenge. So basically what you do is you kind of take whatever it is you're having this anxiety over. Maybe you don't know what it is, but if you do, kind of take that thing that you're really worried about and play it out in your head as if, yeah, your worst case scenario happens. Then what will happen after that? Okay, and then what will happen after that? And then what? And so on, and go through the entire scenario of your worst case. And I guarantee you, for the most part, even if it feels horrible, you'll just get through it. And the worst case scenario probably won't end up quite as horrible as you think it will. I've done this exercise many times with my therapists and things like that, and it is really helpful because you do really see that, well, I guess even if my worst case scenario happens, you know, so what? It happened, and I would just deal with it and I would just get past it. Another thing I want to talk about is, this one's gonna sound kind of odd, but honestly, doing something like organizing. I say organizing because when you're incredibly panicky and or having really bad anxiety, focusing on something tactile and doing something can be really helpful. So maybe you have a really messy drawer filled with clothes, or you have a lot of stuff on your floor. Taking time to just focus on that and get that all in order can really help the kind of mess going on in your head. You'd be surprised how having organized and clean surroundings physically around you can really help have that organized and clean space in your mind. It can be really helpful. And just focusing on something and doing something kind of where you're physically touching things and focusing on something can be really helpful. The last thing I'm going to mention is really just a mental thing, and that is just having acceptance of your anxiety. This is something that at the moment I'm not the best at either. It's really easy when you're experiencing anxiety to make it worse by saying, oh my god, why am I even having anxiety over this? I'm making myself worse. Why am I doing this? And getting that real frustration at yourself for feeling the anxiety, and this is not going to help in any way. It's really important to try and just say, you know what, okay, I'm having anxiety. I'm accepting these feelings, I'm accepting this anxiety right now. It's okay. And just kind of experience those thoughts with a different kind of acceptance of them. This will really help them not kind of have the same power that they would have over you. So those were just a few little things that I find can be helpful. There are many more that I could talk about, but obviously there can be more videos in the future about this type of thing. So if you did like this video and did find it somewhat helpful, I would love it if you would like the video, subscribe. Again, I always want to hear your thoughts if there's anything that you guys want to share, and I guess I will see you in my next video. So thank you so much.